let's go ahead and add the coverage page. So that's on the plan area in Muse. Let's click on the plus button to add a new page. And you see that if you're new to Muse, you'll see that as soon as we add the new page, the master that we created is added to the page as well. So it's very easy once we have our master set up to build new pages that will have all of the persistent content ready to go in them. So this is called coverage. Let's open up the page. And we're going to go ahead first and add a title. So let's add our text to the page, and we're going to add this text to our library as well, because the title that we create here, we're going to reuse it in our other pages as well and just change the name and the icon. I'm going to create a new icon as well, so I'm going to put the text block down on the page, go to my text tool here. Let's pull it over. Let's pull the glyphs as well. And we'll use the material design icon font that we've installed. And let's find a location icon. There we go, that'll do. And we'll make it bigger. Let's say 30, maybe 36. That's good. Set it centered. I'm going to drop I don't need any change in any space in the line height because it's just an icon, so that'll just take some space out of the icon itself, right? And change its color to, we'll use the primary color, and then let's put some text in here. We'll have coverage, and then fonts wise, let's go to our paragraph styles and see if we've got a font that we want on here. We haven't got the text in there yet, so let's go to our library and go to our text and drag our headings onto the page here, and we'll change this headline text here from Bebus New to, let's use the Source Sans Pro, and we'll use the semi-bold. Let's drop some spacing down on this, maybe, yep, and change that to the primary color here. Go back to our paragraph styles and redefine. There we go. I can remove those now. So we're going to apply our paragraph style here. And if we, now that we have that text icon there, if I copy it or cut it and go to the front of my text here, I'm going to paste that in. And then using the wrap tools here, I can start setting up the wrapping and setting up the spacing of how I want this to be. There we go. That seems about right. Of course, you can play around with all of these different settings to create whatever this however you like. I'm just showing you some of the ways that you can, and techniques that you can use to create this. I want a bit more spacing there, so I'm going to go to my spacing tool now. I'm going to start dialing up some space. There we go. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So that will be our title that we'll use on each of the pages. So go to your library now, and in our Pronto library set, we'll select that and we'll add it to our library. Page title. So now, whenever we want to add a page title, of course, we can just drag that into place. So next, let's add a map. So we're going to grab our map from our widgets library, drag that onto the page. We're using our fast flat maps generator, and this uses Google Maps, but allows us to choose a color scheme that is complementary to our design. So I'm going to choose our primary color here, and we can see that the map changes color to match our design. Zoom out a bit. Let's go to, let's say, 10. Is that going to be too far? No, that's fine. And we'll show the road names as well, because, oh, let's go into 11. There we go. Now, we want to make sure that when somebody pulls this map up onto their phone, their finger doesn't make the map move around, because we want to create a coverage map but one that is more pictorial than an interactive map. So what we're going to do now is, with our map selected there, we're going to draw another rectangle and we'll place that on the top. And what that will do is, although that rectangle is transparent, it will mean that the user won't actually be able to use the map because it sits underneath the actual rectangle. I'll just add a color onto it as well and set the color to 1% opacity. So just to make sure that that works. So because this rectangle is on top of the map, the device will not be able to pick up the touch as being associated to the map, and therefore the map will be locked in place. So I'm just going to lock those down as well. Okay, we don't want those to move. Next, I'm going to add this coverage area. Really simple way of doing that. First of all, let's put a glyph icon down. So draw another text box. In fact, if we wanted to, we could just go and grab that one. There we go. Let's just copy and paste that instead. All these different methods of getting things done quickly rather than recreating all the time, because we want to speed through our projects and get them done for clients. So hopefully these little methods will help you work faster. So go to our glyphs, let's select this here, and we want to kind of map target. That's what we're looking for. So let's go down and we could choose, that's quite a good one, maybe a round one. Let's choose from our glyphs here. So we're really creating on the fly. I know that you may like to start in Photoshop and design this all up first, and that's great as well. But what I'm trying to show you here is a way in which you can design on the fly in Muse and get your projects out a lot faster. So even if this took, let's say, half an hour, then it would still be better than maybe spending an entire day. And then you can just push them out live site. They can say that they like it or they don't, and then you can make changes on the go. So hopefully this is a fast way of doing things. So let's take that up to 60 and we'll pop that on there. That's our target area there. In fact, let's make that bigger. Let's make it, let's say 140. Let's see how big that is. Great. That's looking good. Drag that out. So we've got our target area there. And then on top of that, we're going to add a circle. So I'm going to click in the middle, Shift and Alt, and we can drag out a square from that center point there and put a stroke on it. We'll make that the primary color again. Let's put a stroke, here we go. And then if we set our corner radius to 200, we generate a circle. So we'll put some color on that as well. Let's put this primary color and let's knock the color down to, let's say, there we go, 20%. That's fine. Okay, let's preview that. There we go. So we need to make some adjustments to just get that centered. So let's select our two items here, go to our Align tool, select Align to Content Area, and center that. Well, just move that over a bit, move it over a little bit more maybe. Preview. Okay, we've got some adjustments to do. I don't know whether I like that target there. Let's take that off. Let's just have the coverage circle instead. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So that's now showing us where our coverage area is. We could just, let's rescale this out a bit. And I'm going to unlock these objects for a minute and just center them all up. So now we're going to go by selection and center. There we go. Let's preview. There we go, that's great. I'm happy with that. So that's now showing our coverage area of the map, and the map is locked down. You can see that we can't do anything with this map because it's locked by the rectangle that's sitting over the top. Okay, let's add some text onto the page. I'm going to go back to let's clean this up a little minute. Let's go back to our library and grab some text boxes. So we've got let's see, we've got paragraphs, we've got quotes, and we've got bullets. Right, let's put some bullets on the page. And I'm going to grab a heading here. And the reason why I'm adding these initially like this is because I want to ensure that the styles that I've selected for the different text styles are actually going to be activated. So by grabbing and adding these text boxes onto the site, it ensures that the styles end up in the paragraph section. So even if you have those paragraph styles in your library, it's not until you pull them onto the page that they are added to the paragraph styles that are available to you on the page. So let's add, let's make sure we've got paragraphs as well, and just copy that out. And we'll start adding in some content here. Okay, so now we have our different bits of content. Let's take a look at the text. So for this we had local coverage. Notice here when I just pasted that in, you may sometimes get this, you paste this in and the style disappears. So what I tend to do is I click in just before the last character, paste in there, and then delete the last character, and it just ensures that that content is being pasted in within that style. Let's grab some more text. I'm going to grab all of that now, up to there. And now because we've got that style in here, let's see, what did we use? We used H3 main font. There we go. And finally, we'll just grab these bullets. We're not going to add any extra content to these because this is just wireframing at the moment. So let's just pop those in there. And I find sometimes that bullets in Muse sometimes misbehave. You may have had this yourself, so I find if you just go into the text here and just, let's say, mess around with the spacing here, with the space below, and then just go back to our paragraph style. Let's see, text styles here. I've got this as bullets text. I'm going to clear the overrides, and it pulls everything back into how it should be. Okay, so a little bit of fiddling around there to get our text to behave, but for now that will do. Now at the bottom of this page we want to have a call to action. And if you remember, we saved our call to action out to our Pronto library. So now we can just go ahead, grab that onto the page, move that into place, and that's all good. Oh, I don't like that space below there. Let's go back into our master page here and ensure that our footer area, finishes there. There we go. Great, okay, I'm happy with that. So we've added our title here and we've saved it into our libraries panel for future use. We've added this section of content here. Let's move this back up in here and delete this line. See what I mean about the bullets, how they're misbehaving? So it can be very frustrating sometimes that they misbehave like this. So I'm just going to click none and then go back and add that bullet text, and let's go back and add that paragraph main font. There we go. Okay, and we'll move this back. I want it lined up to just there. There we go. Moving that up with the cursor keys. Okay, so I'm going to actually add this to our Pronto panel as well, our Pronto library, just as a block of content, so it's ready to go and reuse on another page. And this page is complete. So if we preview our page now. We can see, great, we have our map coming in, we have our content. Oh, what have we done here? We've got our content on the wrong layer. And that's why we have the layers, so that we can ensure that all of our content's in the right place. So see, it's in the widgets layer. We don't want it there. We want it in the content layer. So we've changed that over now to the content layer. And great, everything's working correctly. We have our call to action there. We have our navigation at the bottom here. That's opening up, correct, great. And we have the content sitting behind our navigation. Did you notice on this, that doesn't look great, does it? Going white like that. We need to change that. So I'm going to go ahead and change that. Let's go into our layers panel here. Content, unlock that. Let's take a look at that a minute. These, as we're working through, these are the same kind of, I'm coming across similar challenges that you come across where you've done something, it's not working correctly, and so you have to go back and fix it. So rather than this just being a completely clean, polished tutorial, I come across the same issues as you, I forget the same things as you, and so this is how we go ahead and fix them. So we can see that on the rollover state here, the text isn't, this icon isn't changing color. So let's change that now. So let's take a look at our states panel here and make sure that we want our initial color here to be white, and then we want our, there we go, that's better. Let's preview that now. Okay, that's much better. That's how it should be. Great. Okay, let's swap that out. Let's save that one back out to our library. So I'm gonna delete this call to action and re-add it. There we go. That's going to work properly now. And I think we need to fix that on the home page as well, if that's the case. So just remove that. We've got our click to call. Just pop it back in place. And this is why using the library is so useful. It's because it just makes it so much easier to fix things and drag them into place and get them right. Okay, so the coverage page is now built. We've put the map in place, we've created some content, we've put our call to action. So next we're going to move on to the About Us page. So move on to the next video.